Thank you so much for making time for us here on Look Up TV this Sunday evening. My name is Bara la Afrika and this is Trending News. Let's get started. Deputy President William Ruto has today told off his critics of his church donations that normally happen during the weekend. Now, during a church service at the New Breed City Chapel in Kiambu, the Deputy President said he has been accused of many things and some people do not like the way he worships.
Hear it from me, not from a third party. Hear it from me. The achievements we've made, from building the railway to 10,000 kilometers of tarmac, to 8 million people connected to electricity, to 140 new technical training courses, it has taken the hand of God. It's not because we had more money. It's not because we were more intelligent. It is God's favor and faithfulness that has made us achieve what we have achieved. And that is why we are unashamed. We are unashamed. We are unapologetic about our faith in God. Yes. Listen to me. People have a problem with how we worship. Some people have a problem about how often we go to church. Others have accused us of carrying money in sacks to church. But we will not stop. We are looking for the day when we will not be taking thousands, when we will not be taking millions. We are looking for the day when we will take billions to church. And I want to ask our friends to understand us. Hakutakuwa na maneno, so relax. Unanielewa? Yeah, God is in control. So there are many naysayers. There are many people who are predicting all manner of things, but we want to tell them that we believe in a living God, and Kenya is in safe hands. So we've come here with what God has blessed us with. I had my good Zimbabwe say that we can bring in the yens and the dollars and the Kenya shillings. He only said we should not bring the Zimbabwe dollar.
Now, as we move on, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media platforms at MOJA Brian, on Twitter at Look Up TV, on Facebook we are also live at Look Up TV. Now moving on, traders in Marikiti market are counting losses after a fire broke out last night, destroying part of the market. A section of traders expressed disappointments in what they call poor equipment used by the county government to contain the fire. Now, the county government has, however, stated that they will launch an investigation into the matter to determine the cause of the fire.
Bado hatujafanya hivyo, maana uchunguzi bado unaendelea kama ilivyo sheria za kazi hizi, na tukishabaini ni kitu gani ambacho kusababisha moto tutaweza kuwaeleza.
Tutakaa chini na wale ambao kwamba ni wafanyabiashara, tuangalie njia ya kuweza kusaidiana pamoja. Leo ni wao, kesho ni sisi. Na pili, nataka kushukuru the fire department of the county government. They were here at a very fast pace.
The World Food Programme has today deployed 50 trucks bringing 900 metric tons of life-saving food and fuel, nutrition, health wash and shelter items on behalf of the humanitarian community. Now this comes as famine has affected at least 400,000 people in northern Ethiopia's conflict-ravaged Tigray region, a starvation calamity that has been reported to be bigger at the moment than anywhere else in the world. Now that story brings us to our first commercial break. I'll be taking a short break, but when we come back, I'll be giving you updates on the World Population Day and also sporting actions. Stay tuned.
Revival Sanctuary of Glory presents the 17th Burning Fire Conference from the 18th to the 25th of July at the Revival Sanctuary of Glory, Riruta, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The theme will be Recovery All, hosted by Bishop Dr. Ken and Mercy Ken, alongside guest speakers Apostle Patrick Mureithi, Bishop Julius Tinkoe, Reverend Dan Mwirigi, Pastor Baraka, and guest singer Naomi Karanja and Sarah K. For more information, call us on 0722 392 375. Paidika Real Estate brings to you Soteria Gardens, Matu, for as little as 75,000 Kenya shillings on cash payments, 99,000 for installments, with 40,000 Kenya shillings deposit and balance in 5 months. For more information, visit our office at Thika Town, Grace House, 3rd floor. Feel free to call us on 0724 256 626 or 0710 265 687.
Welcome to the Natural Juicing Center. We are a unique organization that seeks to provide the community with an alternative healthcare option. We specialize in the use of a natural holistic system that focuses on building health through cleansing and nourishing of the body. We utilize a variety of natural health promoting methods in our services, which include juicing therapy, hydrotherapy, colon cleansing, massage therapy, and a comprehensive cleansing service, among others. Our juices are freshly made and tailored to each and every client's individual needs after evaluation by our team through our free consultation service. You can now book for any service or order for food supplements on our website www.naturaljuicingcenter.co.ke. You can also visit our center in Kahawa Sukari, house number 1334, Kahawa Sukari Avenue. Natural Juicing Center. Your health is your wealth.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
You Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707.
Nakuhenza mulungu wangu, hawatonitenganisha nawe. Nitalinda moyo wangu, nisije nikenda mbali nawe.
Wewe gai, otago.
Baada ya kuchekwa kote na kudharauliwa, Mungu hakutuacha.
Kwa harufu ya maji utachipuka tena. Hey Jehova, pokea sifa kutoka moyoni, pokea zote.
Mungu akaniambia, kama nilikupitisha hiyo, hata hiyo nitakupitisha. And that's how I came up with my song inaitwa Mapito.
Nimepita mapito mengi, nikilemewa nishike.
Nyimbo zako nyingi ni za Kikamba. Lugha zimeimbwa kwa lugha ya Kikamba.
Lugha ya mama.
Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu mimi ni Mkamba.
Najua kwa sababu wewe ni Mkamba, lakini sio Wakamba wote.
They sent me to the grocery store and I started to ask makorofia, sube, bogate.
Mfahamu msanii, Sundays from 8 p.m. only on Look Up TV. Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce ads and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700 893 542
or email us on sales@look-up.tv. You're watching Look Up TV.
Thank you so much for staying with Look Up TV as we continue to bring you up to date with news making headlines across the country and the globe. Now moving on, Africa has today, led by the African Union's Advisory Board, marked the 5th edition of the Africa's Anti-Corruption Day. The African Union placed this day to celebrate the achievements, approach and think about dialogues on the role of regional economic communities that play towards fighting corruption.
The African Union Advisory Board has commemorated the Anti-Corruption Day to reflect the achievements, the approach and the role of regional economies in fighting corruption. The African Advisory Board was established by the African Union to handle and stop corruption in Africa and promote social, political and economic stability. The theme of the event will be regional economic communities, critical actors in the implementation of the African Union Convention, preventing and combating corruption. The main aim of the movement is to promote the anti-corruption agenda and ensure Africa is a corrupt-free state. Here in Kenya, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption has shown its participation by raising awareness on Anti-Corruption Day, posting the achievement and methodologies to curb corruption. Billy Orlando, Look Up TV.
Now moving on, the WHO and US Centers for the Disease Control have termed Malawi as a COVID-19 hotspot following a spike in cases. Now G20 in its third meeting warned the risk to global recovery from the various variants as countries struggle with the COVID-19 spike.
The World Health Organization and the United States Centers for Disease Control has termed Malawi as a COVID-19 hotspot country, hence warning people against traveling to the southern African nation. The warning follows a surge in COVID-19 cases in a third wave of the pandemic, with an infection rate of 22%, which is up from about 2% in May. With the recent statistics from the Ministry of Health on Friday, shows that Malawi has confirmed 451 new cases and 7 deaths. In its travel notice this week, the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention advised people to avoid traveling to Malawi. They say if traveling is necessary, individuals must make sure they are fully vaccinated before making the trip. The CDC also says in the current situation in Malawi, even fully vaccinated travelers may be at risk of getting and spreading the COVID-19 variants. Malawi is currently facing a COVID-19 vaccine shortage. This comes after weeks after Malawi banning about 20,000 doses that had expired. At the same time, the third G20 meeting continues in Venice with discussions on economic recovery, sustainable finance, and international taxation. G20 warns of risk to global recovery from the virus variants of the COVID-19. A final communique said the global economic outlook had improved since G20 talks in April thanks to the rollout of vaccines and economic support packages, but acknowledged its fragility in the face of variants like the fast-spreading Delta variant. Elsewhere in South Korea has recorded a number of new coronavirus infections for 3 days straight. The Korea CDC said on Saturday. The country also recorded its highest ever number of COVID-19 cases, the disease caused by the coronavirus, in the 24 hours period ending on Friday with 1,378 infections. The previous record on Thursday was 1,316 new COVID-19 cases, the KDCA said. Overall, South Korea has over 166,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases and 2,038 deaths, according to the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center. To combat the rise in cases, beginning on Monday, South Korea government will enact its toughest coronavirus control ever. Those measures include advising people to stay home as much as possible and to limit social gatherings to a total of 4 people before 6 p.m. and no more than 2 people after 6 p.m. Keith Gitonga, Lookup TV, Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Keith Gitonga, for that report. Moving on, Kenya joined the world today in marking World Population Day. Now, the NCPD today held an event at Mukuru kwa Njenga in Embakasi, where the launch of the State of Kenya Population Report was done. The day is marked to create awareness on the population development issues. Now, the NCPD objectives include to create awareness on the effects of COVID-19 pandemic on the various segments of the population and to advocate for safeguarding of women, adolescent and youth empowerment rights.
Today, the world celebrates World Population Day. July 11th is celebrated every year as a day to create awareness about worldwide population issues and the importance of reproductive health. The National Council for Population and Development celebrated the day by holding an event at Our Lady of Nazareth Primary School. The theme of the event was Building Forward Better, and some of the topics discussed in the event included safeguarding of women, adolescents and youth empowerment, and rights in the COVID-19 era. The World Population Day was established by the Governing Council of the United Nations Development Programme in 1989. It was inspired by the public interest in 5 Billion Day on July 11, 1987, which is the approximate date on which the world's population reached 5 billion people. World Population Day aims to increase people's awareness on various population issues such as importance of family planning, gender equality, poverty, mental health, and human rights.
Now, moving on into some international news, a new plan to install a statue of the late Tanzanian President John Pombe Magufuli in Dar es Salaam has elicited mixed reactions from citizens, with some arguing that the money could have been used to fight the COVID-19 pandemic instead. That the project, which will also renovate some old houses, which will cost 420 million shillings. Elsewhere, Ethiopian President Abiy Ahmed has won just the concluded elections, with a landslide claiming 410 out of the possible 450 seats. The elections had been delayed due to the COVID-19 virus. Our reporter Waris Kimathi with that report.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has won another term in office in an election where 1/5 of the country did not vote. In the July 10 polls, Prime Minister Ahmed's Prosperity Party won 410 out of the available 436 seats, giving him another 5 years in office. The elections had been delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic thousands of Ethiopians did not vote, but another date has been set for the 6th of September this year. Opposition politicians say that the elections were not transparent, even as the new government prepares to form a new government in October. The elections come at a time when the Ethiopian government is involved in a raging conflict with the TPLF forces in the northern Tigray region. In 2019, Prime Minister Abiy won a Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in making peace with Eritrea and ending a decade-long border war. However, shortly after taking office, Abiy's administration declared a full-scale war on the TPLF, an armed opposition party in the Tigray region north of the country. The conflict between the TPLF and the Ethiopian armed forces has left thousands of people dead and many more hungry and homeless. The Ethiopian government has not set a date for elections in the Tigray region, which was exempted from the July 10 vote and remains a hotspot of the ongoing military confrontation. Also in Dar es Salaam, new plans to erect a statue of the late controversial Tanzanian President John Pombe Magufuli has attracted mixed reactions from Tanzanians. The plan by the country's Trade Development Authority and a private bank has sparked a raging debate on social networks, with some Tanzanians feeling that the money could be used instead to fight the coronavirus pandemic in the country. If seen through, the plan by the Tanzanian Trade Development Authority and the National Bank of Commerce plans to use some 420 million shillings to renovate old buildings and erect a statue of Magufuli at the Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair grounds. Former President Magufuli died on March 17 from what was widely rumored to be a COVID-19 infection. Magufuli was lauded for completing notable infrastructural projects, including the standard gauge railway SGR and the completion of the Julius Nyerere hydropower projects. On July 10, Tanzania Health Minister Dorothy Gwajima announced that the country had registered 408 new COVID-19 cases. President Magufuli's presidency was marked by his hard stance against COVID-19 testing and tracking, and he stopped announcing new cases in early 2020. However, the new president, Samia Suluhu, has acknowledged the fight against the virus after taking office, and testing has been restarted in Tanzania. In South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa has called for calm after riots erupted in the KwaZulu-Natal region, where supporters of the former President Jacob Zuma are protesting his arrest. Protesters blocked roads and vandalized property to protest the arrest of former President Zuma, who was arrested for defying court order to appear in court concerning corruption charges against him. Zuma is currently serving a 15-month jail term for contempt of court. Zuma resigned as president of South Africa back in February 2018, following pressure from his party, the African National Congress. He is faced with charges of corruption and state capture while he was still president. Waris Kimathi, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Thank you so much for that report. Moving on to some sporting actions, superstar Lionel Messi won his first trophy with his national team as Angel Di Maria's goal gave Argentina a 1-0 win over hosts Brazil. Now in the Copa America final on Saturday, or rather last night. Now Sylvian Ocheng has that report and much more from our sports roundup.
The victory at Rio de Janeiro Maracana Stadium ended Argentina's 28 years wait for a major trophy, and also ended Brazil's unbeaten home record that stretched back more than 2,500 days. Argentina had last tasted success at a major tournament in 1993 when the great Gabriel Brace gave them a 2-1 win over Mexico in the Copa Finals in Ecuador. It was the first time in 6th edition playing at home that Brazil had failed to lift the trophy. 34-year-old Messi's odyssey has come to an end. Brazil Neymar Jr. is still without a major title at international level, having missed a Seleco's win on home soil 2 years ago through injury. Argentina edged out brutal and fictitious affair thanks to Di Maria's goal on 22 minutes. The 33-year-old winger ran on Rodrigo de Paul, sumptuous through ball to lob Brazil goalkeeper Edison with a first-time finish. Messi could have wrapped up with a win 2 minutes from time, but slipped with a clean through with only Edison to beat. On to Euro. About 60,000 fans will be on parade, and whatever happens on the pitch, there will be tears at the teams. It will be an encounter of tactic and technique, scale and skill, power and punches, hero and villains, between two of the foremost and formative nations who first met in a competitive match 88 years ago. Millions of fans around the world are champing at the beat of one of the greatest rivalry in European football as the Roman juggernaut descends on the British capital. From the Vatican to Vanuatu, Nairobi to Naim, they will gather in public parks, sport bars, hotel, hospital, social halls, even behind prison walls to watch one of the most anticipated matches after the FIFA World Cup finals. England go into their first major final in 55 years and first ever in European after a fairy tale run that has already surpassed their wildest dream. Will England rise to the occasion and turn the decade of tears to cheers? Or will they buckle under the pressure and cast their fate to the wind? Ochieng Sylvian, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Now that report from Ochieng Sylvian, or rather Sylvian Ochieng, whichever, brings us to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. My name is Brian Amoy. Thank you so much for making time for us, and I'd like to appreciate everybody that has made this bulletin a success, from our producers, directors, and camera people and reporters. Have yourselves a lovely evening. Let's do this again next time.
We